Canada. I know we have a lot going on in the world right now, but we have to fix something domestically so we can talk about the other things quite literally. Right? We're in the precipice of losing free internet. You might have strong opinions about Israel-Hamas war. No opinions, wherever you are. Hopefully a unifying opinion here is we should all have the right to read about it on the internet from the sources that we want to read it from. That should unify us. And we're in the precipice of losing that right. Already there is no news on Facebook and Instagram, and Google is about to be the same. That screws over independent media under the guise of getting us paid. Oh, we're going to make sure that you get paid. You're going to get paid per clicks. We're going to create a system in which it's financially untenable for Facebook and Google to exist in Canada, and then they're going to shut you down because we care about you so much. So we got screwed over there. All right, and now the new thing is they want to register people under the CRTC for the podcasting stuff. This is the C-11, Online Streaming Act stuff. Now, here's the insidious lie that we're going to have to fight. The only people who need to register their podcasts are people who make more than $10 million in revenue, not profit. So you could even make $1 and hypothetically have to register. And this will be the smear tactic given to undermine this current push, right? It's only the rich and the powerful, only the people who make more than $10 million on their podcasts. But it's the podcast hosting sites. It's YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, all the rest of them. They'll have to register. And they'll be put under the purview of the CRTC. That's the regulatory body in Canada. Fun fact about them. They control everything on the television and radio waves. And their goal is to promote Canadian content. We always want to promote Canadian content in Canada. Give Canadians a boost. But if you ever talk to anyone, I have a friend who used to be in a bunch of bands who had to deal with the CRTC. You have to write letters and then write your song lyrics, and it goes to some bureaucrat who knows nothing. They look at it, they get to change whatever they want, give back to you. You have to do that. Now, you're like, okay, why do you have to register on that? Because you don't count as Canadian content unless you're registered under the CRTC. So when we say promote Canadian content, that doesn't actually mean content made by Canadians. It means content made by Canadians that has been subjected to the regulatory body that is the CRTC. So it's not Canadian content. It's content regulated by Canada counts as Canadian content. That's a big difference. So if you think that the regulatory body, who has no idea what they're doing, right? There's things like, we just want to get into the internet with some power and wing it. If you think that's a good idea, you're crazy. And to me, it looks like the goal is what I call the laundering of censorship. So the Liberal government will put the CRTC in charge of Facebook, Spotify, SoundCloud, blah, 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 blah. And then they're regulated by the government. They will then push that regulation and censorship onto the content creators, and then that affects the consumers. But we, the content creators, are going to say, hey, I'm being censored. I'm being regulated. What's going on? Stop this. And then mercenaries, journalists from legacy media, are going to come in and say, you're not being regulated. Your free expression can't be limited by the government. YouTube is a private company. It can do what it wants. That's going to be the lie, right? They launder the censorship to the private companies, down to us, so we don't have a mechanism to even complain about it. Beautiful. Horrifying, but beautiful. This is what we need to push back against if you want to save free internet, free speech, and freedom of information. We must stop these bills. And there is good news. American telecom companies and American companies are starting to sue the Canadian government. We have time. We have till November 29th to stop the registration. But before then, I want to call everyone down. If you're in the GTA, Toronto or the GTA area, this Saturday, October 14th, 4 p.m., outside Chrystia Freeland's office at Bloor and Spadina. Get off at Spadina Station, you'll find us. We are going to protest this. There's going to be speakers, there's going to be points. We're going to show that we're not going to let this happen. That free speech can be a unifying issue in a time of such division. This is open to everyone. Left, right, center, apolitical, political, you believe in this, you believe in that. If you believe that you have the right to say what you want to say, see what you want to see, read what you want to read, join us. Make a stand, push back against the Liberals. Use the hashtag Trudeau censorship, we'll just say that, to stop the Trudeau censorship from happening, because If we do not stop this now and the CRTC gets its claws into the internet, we will never be able to take them out. And Canada will forever be a place where it is known that you will not be able to make it as a content creator. Already so many artists just try and get a little bit of a foothold in Canada so they can move to the UK or the US and make it there. Because it's a wasteland for Canadian artists. And it's about to get a lot worse. So if you care about this stuff, please share the video, like the video, whatever it is. You know how to push buttons. Make a stand. Get out there if you can this Saturday, October 14th, Chrystia Freeland's office, 4 to 5 p.m. Let's make a point and save the friggin' internet from these censorious, authoritarian losers.